there are like different ways of looking for that. Most of the universities have their Facebook pages that are specifically for roommate search and housing. Those are really very helpful, and you will find pretty good deals in and around the campus. So I would suggest that you could just go to your university pages and just try that. Other than that, your supervisors or advisors could help you connect with the new batch or the one those are still in the process of graduating or are still doing their courseworks, and those people can help you connect with potential roommates. I haven't seen a lot of negotiation happening in the lease agreement because it's a standardized lease and there is not much of scope. Again, it depends upon who your management is and who your landlord is and what is the leasing facility. So the lease agreements are different in New York as compared to in Joseph City. Rent is definitely negotiable, but the lease agreement, those are more or less very standardized kind of a thing. I was pretty lucky to have really good roommates where we didn't have problem with the shared expenses. Though I have heard people saying that they had pretty bad experience with people who are not really fond of sharing the expenses or who really wouldn't pay you on time. So yes, you have to be very clear and upfront about it. So there are apps called Splitwise where people usually put all their monthly expenses, and then at the end of the month, you can use either of that to transfer the money. Utilities usually are not so expensive as compared to your other stuff. If you can cook at home, I would suggest do that. It is very cheap doing that. I mean, once in a while, going out, eating is fine. Every day it does get expensive. Transportation in New York is definitely very cheap. You do not need a private vehicle for that. Homesickness is going to be there, but it's worth it. I mean, everything is at your disposal when you're back at home. It's a new country, new culture, everything is new. You have to do things yourself. It is different, but I think over the period of time, you just get used to it and you start enjoying it. You get everything. I have not come across a single Indian food ingredient that I couldn't find in the States. One thing that I really love about education over here is it's a very open conversation, and your professors treat you as professionals, not as students. Here, no one is going to force you to do something. You want to do it, you can. You don't want to do it, don't do it. It's how much you want to learn, that is what matters. I think most of you are from an architecture background over here. So like we have these deadlines, we have all these things. Our professors pester us, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. But there it's nothing like that, and they treat you as professionals. So it's you who has to learn. And I had a very great experience with all my professors around. They were very helpful. And education-wise, I think it was much more preferable studying over here rather than the experience that I had back in India.